Good morning, grade 2 students. How are you all doing today? I hope you all are feeling good, relaxed after a weekend because this is the first day of which week? Of week number 17. Now we are on 17th week, right? So, and this is the first day of week 17. So I hope nobody's feeling sleepy, tired, things like that, right? Your tummies are full, your mind must be fresh, relaxed, and you are energetic, right? You all are like that? Great job. Very good class. Now, tell me, students, that what are the stories that in the previous week, like in the, you can say, in the first term, you have done so many different units, right? Now, can you name any one unit in which you did any kind of a story? That was a story or something which was make believe. Can you name that? Any story that you have done? Yes, you have done the story Little Red Riding Hood. That was a story, right? It was a fairy tale. Now, what is a fairy tale actually? Fairy tale is the make believe, which is not true. It is a fantasy. It is all fantasies, make believes, which is not true. Those are the fairy tales, like Cinderella, like there are other stories like Gingerbread Man, right? So these are all fairy tales. And when you are talking about fairy tales which are not true, it means that they are fiction books. They are the fiction stories because fiction stories, they are just made up. They are not true stories, right? Now, tell me any other unit in which you have learned some information. If you have gathered, in which you have gathered some information about anything, it could be a thing, it could be a plant, it could be an animal. Yes, you have done reptiles. And now, what was that in reptiles? What was the main thing? Yes, we have learned about different types of reptiles and what are reptiles, how they grow, what was their life cycle. So that means you have learned, you have gathered different information, right? You have gathered different information, different facts about reptiles. So what do you call that type of a text in which you have been given information? That is the non-fiction, correct? Non-fiction text in which you are just given the basic information, the facts are there, information is given. That is a non-fiction text, which is all true, right? So today we are going to learn about two types of text, that is fiction and non-fiction. Like I have already told you, fictions are all made up. They are make-believe. They are not true. Whereas non-fiction, they give you information, they give you facts and all that, right? So so that means that and fiction includes stories, it includes you can say poems, it also includes plays, whereas non-fiction, they provide you information and facts, right? Now, so now what you are going to learn today, you are going to learn to give me some information by looking at the picture of that object. Now remember, the name of the unit is, which we were doing in literacy, wheels. It is all related to wheels. How are different types of wheels? How many different types of wheels are there, and they are related to and why they are necessary for us, because they are needed for our transport, and transport includes your buses, your cars, your bikes, your bicycles. So that means, so for all of these transport, wheels play a very, very important role. Wheels are very important for the movement of these transport. If there are no wheels, then the transport, these vehicles, they won't be able to move. And once they won't be able to move, then we won't be able to travel, right? So that is why wheels are so important for us. So today what we are going to learn, you are going to learn to describe a that is a vehicle, and that I'm going to show you the picture that is of a bicycle. So what you are going to do, you are going to look at the picture, you are going to see how many parts it has, what color is it, and then we are going to write it as a whole class. Okay, children? So here you are. You can see this picture. Can you see my screen? Yes? Correct. All right. So what is this picture about? You can say, first of all, we are going to write down this is a, what is this? It's a bicycle. Correct. Then you will see what color is it? It is of red color. It is of red color. And what does it has? It has two wheels, comma, one handle, one handle, and one seat. So this is what we have described by looking at this picture, that this is a bicycle. It is of red color. It has two wheels, one handle, and one seat. So this is how we have described it. Do you understand? By looking at it, and we are also giving it the true information. So that means what type of text was that? That text was it was a non-fiction text because it is giving you information. Do you understand? Right? Whereas if I ask you to make a story about a bicycle, if I ask you to just make a story about the bicycle, you can make up anything you like about that bicycle or what happened to it. So that story would be a fiction story. Do you understand? Now this was about the facts and information you were giving about the bicycle. So it is a non-fiction. Whereas now, when we are going to write a story about a bicycle, that story would be a fiction story. So how you are going to write down that story, let's discuss. First of all, you will say that this story includes my bicycle because I love my bicycle. I don't want anyone to sit on it or to make it dirty. So once I was going, so how you are going to make a story? You will write down, once I was going on my favorite bicycle, then what happened? Okay, so how you are going to make, you are just going to think about the story that okay, let's try and think about it and write it down also. Okay, so here you will write down, I was going, I was riding my favorite red bicycle I was riding on my favorite, I was riding on my favorite red bicycle. I was passing through some bumpy, road, comma. Suddenly, it there came a big rock, and I fell down from my bicycle. Thank God, nothing happened to me or my bicycle. So this is actually an incident that you are reporting, that you are writing, that I was riding on my favorite red bicycle. I was passing through some bumpy road. Suddenly there came a big rock and I fell down from my bicycle. Thank God nothing happened to me or my bicycle. So this is a story. You have made this a story. It might be true, it might be not true. So this is, you can say it's fiction because it's made up, right? So this is what you are going to do just now. Now you have to describe the bicycle which is given there on page 65 of your Nelson English book. Here it is, right? So you have to describe in the same way like I have described on the board first. You are going to describe like that. Then you are going to do part two. That is, you have to make a story about that bicycle like we have done just now. You can write the same story or you can write your own story. Okay. And your time, I'm giving you, let's say 15 minutes for this task and your time starts now. Okay. Time is up. Time is up. Hands up. All right. Now, you are going to read out your story to me one at a time. Okay. Now, I want first Sath to read your story. Yes. You were going on your bicycle. Suddenly, you saw a big dog. Okay. And the dog came running after you. So you also ran and you fell down from your bicycle. Oh, cute. Okay. That's good. Very good. So in the same way, you all are going to write down the stories. I hope that you have understood what is the difference between fiction and non-fiction. This was the task. What was the task that we have done today? What are the fiction and non-fiction texts? So you know what is the difference between a fiction and a non-fiction text. You have done both type of text. Like this was a fiction and the story. This was non-fiction and the story that you have written was fiction. So I hope you must have enjoyed and must have learned something from this class. Now do the homework that would be of your workbook page and it would be related to fiction and non-fiction text again. But if you have any problem, you can ask me in the next class. Okay, but do it yourself, please, and keep watching the Edwell videos also. Okay, class. Now see you in your science lesson. Bye bye.